friends, good afternoon. It's afternoon for me at least. Might not be able to really film this. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I've got a baby in my lap and that just sounded like that might be the toddler waking up, which is early. It's just been some of those days. Anyway, I'm Emily. If you are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video is going to be another weekly crafting vlog sort of a thing. I'm just really enjoying making these, and they are the most practical for my life right now because it means I can sit down for 5, 10, 15 minutes every day or so and share what I'm working on without having to like film a 45-minute episode. So I thought I would just quickly pop in here and share with you my project that I have been working on. These days I've become a relatively monogamous knitter just because of time constraints. So that's where we're at, and this is not one of the projects that I talked about on my recent work in progress Frogger finish video. This is a new cast on. Yes, I signed up for another test knit, but this one is a pretty quick and easy one, so I felt comfortable doing it. And again, it's using up some yarn from my stash, so I don't really mind doing that. But I am making a little baby cardigan for this chunk. That's not going to fit him before it would fit him now. I don't think it's going to be something that will fit him next fall. I think he will be much too big for it. But I can save it for the next baby, or I can donate it. And that's fine. I don't mind that. I have actually been thinking about that a little bit here recently, that it may be a really nice way to use up some of my stash if I end up making some cardigans, sweaters, blankets, whatever, to donate to people that need it for like pregnancy resource centers and something like that. So also, I don't know if you can see it in the video. I feel like I'm just low enough. He was having some smoothie earlier and now it's all over my shirt. So if you see weird splotches, that's what that is. And I just haven't gotten around to changing my shirt yet. But yeah, so I'm working on a little cardigan, and this is a pattern designed by Emily of the Blue Mouse Knits. She has a YouTube channel where she shares a lot of tutorials and things, and then periodically, like maybe every 4 or 6 months, somewhere in there, she'll share like a more podcast type video, which I love when she uploads one of those. It always makes my day. But yeah, I've test knit a lot of patterns for her, and I have knit a lot of her patterns, and she's just a wonderful pattern designer. And she has a lot of free pattern resources. This pattern is actually going to be a free pattern that will have like a tutorial on things. So if you like it, stay tuned, because at some point in the next few months, I'm assuming, it should be available. But it's a little cardigan. It's kind of hard to see because it's knit bottom up. Hey, leave my tripod alone, Junior. Yeah. What are you doing? It is knit bottom up, and as you can see, apologies for the wiggling, sir. I have finished the 2 front pieces. I didn't bother getting like some cord or whatever. I've just slipped the stitches that are on hold onto an extra needle, and then in the back I have put the working stitches on a straight needle, and I'm using that to work the back panel. And it's all over seed stitch. I actually really have enjoyed knitting this. I really like seed stitch. It's really rhythmic and fun, and it's way more interesting. Yeah. It's way more interesting, I think, than stockinette. So I've actually really been enjoying working on this, and I have knit it. I knit the ribbing in this with the circular needle, but the rest of it I've knit with the straight needles. And I find that I really like that for smaller, like, baby garments, especially in this type of a construction where you're working bottom up, so then you've got smaller pieces that you're doing things with. And these are... Sir? What are you doing? Go play with some toys. Look, there's all those toys over there. There's all those toys over there. But no, Mother, the camera. These are just some inexpensive straight needles. They're like this, like the acrylic plasticky things. They might be Knit Pro. I got them when Hobby Lobby was clearancing them out months ago, like I think it was before the baby was born, so probably getting close to a year ago. I got them for like 60 cents or something, and I have actually ended up using these so much. I almost wish I had grabbed a second pair of the size 6s because I had the second pair, and I was just like, no, I won't need 2. Would have been nice, but I really like these. They're like a shorter straight needle, and they're just excellent. So that's what I've been working on, and I'm just knitting this out of, again, some stash yarn. I don't know that I'm going to have quite enough of this teal blue to completely finish the cardigan, so my plan is I will have this gray yarn that if I need to use the gray yarn for like the button bands and the collar to finish it up, I can do that. But these are both just 100% acrylic yarns. It's really hard to do one-handed fending off the baby. The main one is some impeccable yarn from Michaels that I've had in my stash for years and years and years. There we go. And it's in the colorway teal. And then the gray yarn, which I may end up using, is a Yarn Bee Soft and Sea Glow Pill Fiber in the color Dark Heather Gray. So that is a project that I have been working on. It's been really nice because I'm not necessarily feeling super inspired. This is a mess. I need to wind this back up. Leave my tripod alone. Nope, 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 nope. I'm not necessarily feeling super inspired by a lot of my other projects, and I was finding that, yeah, this is kind of a nice breather because I know it's going to be a quick and easy project. I'm really happy to be using up this yarn because, again, it's been sitting in my stash for ages, and so, sir, you are being disruptive. Yes, you are. You're too cute. I'm really happy to be getting it out of my stash. Yeah. And making a cute little baby cardigan. So, I think this is a lot of fun. And I had the realization that I think what I'm going to do is I have a decent amount of, apologies, tiny balls of like 100% like worsted weight acrylic yarn, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather it together and make like a super scrappy like raglan sweater for my toddler or the baby. Just make whatever size, and whatever size it ends up, whichever child it fits, that's what we'll go with. But I was like, oh, that would be so much fun, like just crazy scrappy, like a play sweater, so it doesn't really matter, like the sleeves aren't going to match the body, and the body is going to do its own thing, and the 2 sleeves won't match each other, like it'll just be to use up all the odds and ends of random bits of yarn that I have. And I was like, that will be fun. I would love to do that. So I think that's going to be my game plan at some point here, is I'm going to start one of those, and then as I am using up like full-size skeins and stuff, gosh, I can add in bits and pieces to it. So that's my plan. This week I'm hoping to have the time to do a little bit of sewing, but right now we're kind of going through one of those phases where Chunkamonkey here is like walking and doing all this stuff, and he's teething and trying to get his top teeth in, and so his sleep is kind of wonky. Like today his naps have been weird, and then I'm pretty sure my toddler's going through a growth spurt, so he's been having some emotional things, and his sleep has been wonky. I don't remember how many times he was up in the night last night. I felt so bad for making my husband get up and do it. But yeah, so we'll see. We might not be in a very good sewing phase right now, but I am just dying to work on some sewing stuff. So I'm hoping to get some of that this week, but if not, I'm just going to keep working away on my knitting projects. I would like to get this cardigan done this week, if possible. I'm kind of hoping that I can finish up the back panel for the cardigan today, and then just have the 2 sleeves and then all the finishing stuff to do. But yeah, if I could get that done, that would be amazing. And then maybe I'll try and like speed through the rest of that toddler sweater that I've been working on. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what I'm inspired to do. But I'm kind of in I want to get some things finished because I'm putting together a Make 9 board, so stay tuned for that because I will be making a video for that. He spotted the iPad. So I'm going to be making a board for Make 9 because I've been really contemplating and thinking about like knitting things and what I want to do, and yeah, I'll talk about it later or in another video, but that's going to be coming, and so I really want to get some more projects finished and done so that I can cast on some new things. So that's the update for today. Happy Monday. I hope your week is off to a fabulous start if you are watching this on next Monday. But yeah, I'm gonna try and sneak in a little bit of knitting while this Yahoo, that one, is up and the other one is still apparently sleeping. So yes, I'll catch up with you in a little while. Alrighty friends, it is Tuesday now, and last night was not the most fun night. My toddler is going through a growth spurt, and whenever he goes through a growth spurt, he doesn't sleep. You would think that his body would be exhausted because he's growing, but that doesn't work that way with him. So it was kind of a long night, and I was up for I was up for a couple of hours in the night with him. So needless to say, I was pretty exhausted. However, this is the Tuesday where my mother-in-law is able to come up for a few hours, and so while she was watching the toddler, I napped with the baby, and then I was able to shower. That's my toddler making noises. Hopefully he does not completely wake up, because this is way early for him to get up. We'll see. I had plans for nap time. Since I was able to nap earlier, I was really hoping to cut out a skirt. I believe the pattern company is called Sewing Therapy, and it's the L skirt, and it's this really beautiful skirt with a elastic back waistband. And so I'm hoping to cut that out during nap time. So we'll see. And knit on that seed stitch cardigan. I'm working on the sleeve now, and I'm just so excited about it. Okay, I don't hear him at the moment, so we'll see if he's like just fussing in his sleep. I don't have one of those video baby monitors. I just have the audio ones. I wouldn't use a baby monitor if I wasn't partially deaf. I have some significant hearing loss. It's mild to moderate is what they called it. And so if I'm in this room, I can't hear anything down the hall at all. Just nothing. And so I have to have some sort of a baby monitor just so that I can actually hear when they wake up and stuff. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so today has been really, really lovely so far. I'm so glad that my mother-in-law was able to come up today. It was a huge help after last night, and I was able to shower, and I pin curled my hair. I am so excited about this, guys. I used to, if you've been watching for a good while, you probably know this. I used to pin curl my hair all the time, like all the time, and I haven't been able to do it since having kids, because when I was postpartum, well, when I was postpartum with my first, he was just a Velcro baby, and just, it was a lot. But not only that, but postpartum, my scalp was so sore, I couldn't wear bobby pins at all. Like, not to sleep in, nothing. Like, I could not use bobby pins. And so then it's continued being very, very sore for a good long time. And there are probably times in the last year or so that I could have, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And then I was pregnant last year, and I was trying to, I think I tried to pin curl my hair once, but it was messing with my sleep. And when you're pregnant, you're already struggling with sleep. So I was like, now is not the time. But my scalp is feeling normal again. And so I'm so excited to be pin curling my hair again. We'll see how it turns out. It's been ages since I've done that, but I'm so happy. And I can do it during the day now, so that means that I shouldn't have to sleep on it overnight. It should be dry enough by then that I can take the bobby pins out at least. But yeah. It feels like a little bit of getting back to me, if you will, because I have always loved vintage things, vintage fashion, vintage hair, vintage all of that stuff. And so when I started learning how to do pin curling, I was doing that for ages, and I would pin my hair up, and I would have little flower clips, and I loved it. I loved it so much, and I was doing that for years and years, and then had babies, and I haven't been able to do that, and so it feels like getting back to me to some degree. So I'm really, really happy about it. I'm also wearing these cute earrings that my husband got me not last year, the year before. We went to is it John James Audubon? It's the famous bird nature painter guy. I found out that there is a museum about an hour and a half away from where we live, and so I was just like, oh my goodness, I would love to go there. And so we ended up going there sort of as a little pick-me-up treat after we found out that I had a miscarriage. And so we went up there and we walked around, and it was the most beautiful day in nature, and they had a little gift shop, and he bought me earrings, and I love them. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but they have like little birds on them. They're so beautiful, and they're really lightweight, so like they don't bother me. But yeah, that's where I got the earrings. Yeah, so since it seems like he's okay, he's not fussing, hopefully he sleeps. The poor child needs his sleep. I'm going to try and get that skirt cut out, and then I am going to try and maybe sit down and do a little bit of knitting. We'll see what I get done, but I'm really, really trying to get some sewing done. Because yeah, Me Made May is approaching. It's day after tomorrow. We'll talk about that maybe a little bit later. I'm hoping to make a blog post talking about Me Made May and my plans for it, my pledge for it. I love Me Made May, and it is what really got me into blogging years ago. So it's very special to me. I really do like it, and I have been very sad that I haven't been able to participate in the last few years. There were a couple years that I didn't participate because it just didn't really make sense, because I was wearing like only Me Made items already, and so that was that. But then since having kids, being pregnant, my size changing and all of that, wearing my own Me Made items has been a lot harder. So this year I'm really gonna try and get into it. So I'm very excited about it, which means I need to do more sewing. But that being said, I need to get going or I won't get anything done, and then I will be very, very sad. So until my next check-in. Okay, hello friends. So we're outside, so I have no idea how the audio quality is going to be. I have no idea if the wind is going to be too windy or if the birds are going to be too loud. But I wasn't able to film during nap time because I spent my whole nap time writing a blog post. Or my nap time free time. And my blog talking all about Me Made May, my plans for that. So if you're interested in that, by the time this video goes live, well, I already published it, so it's available. I'll have it linked down below if you're interested. But yeah, so I wasn't able to do any sort of an update for you during nap time. So yeah, my husband should be home in like 30 minutes or so, and I'm out here with the boys. I've got little guy down here. I don't know where is he? There he is. And the other one's out in the yard. This is I can't remember if I mentioned this in this vlog, but this is a gorgeous duck that you can't see it very well. There you go. That my dad helped us all build a couple weekends ago, and it is so nice because now we have this fence thing here, gate, retractable gate that we put up, that I can be up here with the baby and he can run around and play, and then I can see the toddler because now I'm higher than every other portion of the yard, so I can see him wherever he goes. So it's so nice. Such a gift, such a blessing. I'm just so happy we have it. But yeah, it's just been a kind of typical day. I'm feeling pretty good. We actually slept reasonably well last night. The toddler slept through the night. The baby, got up a few times, but it was pretty quick, just roll him over to the other side, nurse him, and then go back to sleep sort of a thing. So I feel like I'm much better rested today. But yeah, so I haven't done much crafting today because, yeah, like I said, I spent like the whole time during nap time working on that blog post. I didn't even do any knitting or anything, which was kind of sad. I was a little bit bummed about that. But I did print out a new sewing pattern. The Saundra Skirt by Sid Graham is available today. It just came out today. Baby, don't eat that. He finds all these. No, give me that leaf. Give it. Pause. Anyway, the Saundra Skirt just came out today, and I don't do this very often, but I went ahead and bought it like the day it was released because I really, really like the shape and look of that skirt pattern, and I'm very excited to be trying to sew it up. I have to figure out what fabric I'm going to use because I'm planning to do a bit of a no-buy May, where I don't want to buy anything for the month of May, like anything extra other than like groceries and bills and things like that, things that you have to have. But I'm hoping to do a no-buy in May and really, really just use what I have. And so I'm thinking I might try and do like a really scrappy version of the Saundra Skirt. I think that would be really cute because I don't know that I have any fabric that would work really well for it. My goal is, and I'll probably try and do this in June, is to buy some fabric that's like a denim skirt fabric and make a really nice, like classic blue skirt that goes with everything. Oh, that would be amazing. That's kind of my hope for that. But I went ahead and printed it out, and then my printer was doing a wonky thing, and it printed half the pages as like solid black, which was just so irritating because all I could think of was how much ink that had wasted. But I got it figured out, I got it printed out, and then by that point the baby was already up, so I couldn't get it taped together or anything, which I was really wanting to. But yeah, so I'm very excited about that. And I've done a little bit of work on the stripy toddler sweater that I'm working on, just like a round or two. When we were outside earlier, I was able to work on it for a little bit. I'm still working on the baby cardigan, but I'm up at a part now where I have to like count the rows, and I use like a row counter on my phone and stuff. And so I have to pay more attention to it because I don't have my little, I don't really have enough of the clicky counters, and I keep thinking about getting more, and then I'm like, I can always talk myself out of it. So I need to put that on my Christmas or birthday wish list this year because it's such a silly little thing where it's like $10 or less, and I can be like, give me that, because I won't buy it for myself. Yeah. So it's been a really lovely day today. We were able to come outside. The it's quite warm, but it's very breezy, which you may be able to hear. I don't know how bad it's going to sound when I'm editing it. Hopefully it's not too bad. But yeah, it's a good day. I'm going to sit here and knit for a little bit while the babies and toddler are happy, and we're going to have a nice evening. So I will check in with you tomorrow. Good morning, friends. Happy May 1st. I was thinking about doing a separate little May Day vlog because that's what I've done the last few years, but I've decided not to do that because it's a little bit too much work to do. But I thought while I was out here with the boys, I would quickly show you my garden beginnings, which I am so excited about. I'm so pleased with, and I'm hoping to get some more plants and plant them, but this is where we are for now. So let me spin the camera around. So right here we have some sweet peas. I don't currently have a lattice or anything, so I've just stuck these sticks up here to give them a little something to prop on. And then I had a couple extra plants. I tried to transplant them over here. Those two obviously don't look like they're going to make it, and I don't know that those are going to make it, but that's fine. I have more than enough. And then in this one we just got, it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can change it. That's a gooseberry bush, and then that's a little raspberry bush, and then I don't have anything in there yet, but I'm probably going to get another berry bush. And then over here, I have my tiny little garden. I've got one tomato plant so far. I'm probably going to hopefully get like maybe 4 or 5 more. So I wanted to start small. It was kind of like a last minute sort of a trip, so I didn't get too many more. And I've got one pepper plant right here, and again, I'm hoping to get maybe 1, 2, 3 more of those, so 4-ish pepper plants and 4 or 5 plants of tomatoes, and then maybe 1 or 2 other kinds of plants. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I'm really, really happy with it because I've been wanting to get a garden started since we moved into this house. So we're keeping it small, but I've started, which I'm so happy about. But yeah. We're having a pretty chill morning. My toddler's been getting up at like 6 something, which is pretty early for him, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm an early person anyway. Anyway, back up on the porch now. That's my little garden beginnings, and I'm excited about it. Hey, baby. So I've got both boys up here on the porch with me. And we're just chilling for a little while this morning. My toddler's playing with my tripod. And then hopefully during nap time I'll be able to do a little bit of a crafty sewing knitting update. We'll see. I pulled all of my sweaters out yesterday to wash them and prep them for packing away for the warm weather. And I realized I'm going to make a really fun vlog that will be trying on all of my sweaters and kind of my thoughts and opinions on them. And I think it'll be really good to go through and review them and then get an idea for the things that I really would like to wear and what I should knit for myself. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably try and film that today. I feel like I'm really starting to feel more like myself again after having a baby and stuff, that I'm just feeling more normal. I have more energy. Also the spring, summertime, this is when I feel the most me. And so I'm just having all sorts of ideas for videos. I'm getting ready to start like a homemaking channel and a homemaking blog, and it's just lovely. But there's only so much time in the day, and so I have like 4 videos that I want to film. I have a book video that I have 2 book videos that I need to film for my book channel, and then I have a video that I want to start for my homemaking channel that is going to be all about how I'm doing a frugal, no spend May month and the things that I'm going to be trying to do for that. And then I have blog posts I want to write, and yeah, and it's Me Made May. So I was taking some pictures of my outfit for Me Made May. This is one of my Jennifer Lauren handmade Felicity dresses with the snaps in the shoulder. So I was taking some pictures of that, and yeah, I just have all these things coming through my head, and I've got to try and pick and choose the ones that I can reasonably do. But anyway, that's enough of an update for now. I will talk to y'all later. Hello friends, happy Friday. I'm here to do a final little update and go ahead and close out this video. It's been a pretty good week. I feel like I've gotten a couple of nights of mostly good sleep. I feel like the baby's doing a little bit better. He's really working on getting his top 2 teeth in, but I feel like last night and the night before he actually slept a little bit more, and so I'm feeling a lot better. Yeah, we've had just the most beautiful weather this week. We've been spending loads of time outside, and today we just had a rainstorm, thunderstorm. I think it's supposed to rain some more at some point, but anyway, yeah, so it's been really, really lovely. I didn't get terribly much done on the crafting front, but I got a few things done, so I'm happy about that. First off, a couple of sewing things. I finally managed to finish this little pair of overalls. I started this way back when we were still waiting for the baby to arrive. I got it all cut out and stuff, and then I lost steam on it because I was sitting there looking at it, and I was just like, I'm such a nincompoop. Why am I making a toddler boy white overalls? But at that point, I hadn't really done too much with the pillowcases yet, or I hadn't really started making pillowcases, and I already had it all cut out and everything, so I was just like, well, I'll just go ahead and finish it, and he can wear it a time or two, and if he gets it grubby, it won't be too painful. But yeah, so this is just some really cute fabric from Hobby Lobby. This is the woven overalls pattern from Me Oh My Sewing. I think you can get her patterns on Etsy, and then I think she also has her own website. I test knit this pattern a couple years ago when it was first coming out, and it's a good, cute little overall pattern. I found that I have a harder time using said overalls just because they don't have snaps at the bottom, and since my toddler is still in diapers, it just makes it annoying to have to pull the whole thing off and then put it all back on. I'd like to figure out how to modify it to put snaps on the bottom, but I just haven't had the brain space, so I haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, I just did snaps, these little plastic cam snaps that I use. I love them. I almost never use buttons anymore because I just love the snaps. They're so simple and easy. It's got a little pocket up here, and yeah, They're really, really cute. I think I made the 2T size widthwise, but I did the 3T size lengthwise. And there's two variations. You can do shorts or full length, and these are obviously the shorts ones. Yeah. After nap time, I think my toddler's gonna put those on, and it'll be fun to have him wear them around the house, since we're not really gonna go outside too much since it's really wet and muddy now. But there's that. And then the one other bit of sewing that I managed to do this week, I think I mentioned that I cut out a skirt pattern earlier in the week. And it's the L skirt pattern from Sewing Therapy. And last night I was able to start working on the front piece. I just did the pleats here. And it's going to be so pretty. I'm so excited about this. Yeah, I wasn't able to do any more because the baby woke up and, you know. But I'm happy to have at least started on it, because I realized when I was going back into my Etsy purchases to get the instructions downloaded that I bought this last July. So it's almost been a year that I've been wanting to make this skirt. And so I'm really excited that I'm actually working on it. And this is just a cotton fabric that I got from Walmart a while ago. So those were the two sewing things that I did. I've managed to work a few rows on this little toddler sweater that I've been working on. It's slowly growing, it's slowly getting there. It doesn't look like it changes much from time to time, but I think I've put like a stripe and a half on or something, so it'll get done at some point. But I pulled this back out because the baby cardigan that I'm working on, I'll show you in a second, I needed to keep track of how many rows I was working for the sleeves, and I didn't have an extra row counter, so I've been using the row counting app on my phone, but I've also been really trying to work this week on not using my phone as much, and so I couldn't really work on it as easily around the kids. So I pulled this back out because right now it's just mindless and the round knitting, which is lovely. So that's where we're at with that. And again, I'm hoping to get a good chunk of this done. I think once I finish this baby cardigan, I can't remember if I said this already, but I'm planning to pull this out and try and really get a good chunk of it finished. There's that. And the baby cardigan is chugging right along. I'm just about done with the first sleeve. I love seed stitch so much. I'm just having so much fun knitting this. And it's just really confirming in my mind that I need to make myself some form of something seed stitch. But yeah, it's coming along. I think I've got like maybe 6 more rows of the sleeve before I do some decreases, and then I do a cuff. So I'm getting there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to run low on yarn, but I think I should have enough to do the other sleeve. And then I'll decide what to do, if I want to try and seeing how much yarn I have left after that. See if I want to try and do any more of the button bands or the collar in the same yarn, or if I'll just go ahead and do all of it in this. But we'll see. I'm really happy with it. My plan is here in a little bit to sit down and try and finish up the sleeve while the boys are napping, but we'll see if that happens or not. I feel like I've had a lot less knitting time this week, but you know, it ebbs and flows. So yeah, that's a little update of what I've been working on. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and close this video out. I think I'm going to try and film a video quickly here sharing all of my hand knit sweater items and talking about that. So we'll see if I can get that done pretty quickly before the boys get up and still squeeze in some knitting time, but who knows. So I'll go ahead and finish this one out. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you again for following along with these vlogs that I've been making. I hope that you all are doing well, that you're enjoying some lovely spring weather and are able to squeeze in some crafting time. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing and commenting. It all is just so lovely, and I do very much appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!